Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I have come with a chapter that is a real friend. A real friend. So as usual, before we start the chapter, I would like to write the name of the chapter. Also we see the serial number of the chapter is 7. Now you see one thing here, a real friend. The name of the chapter is a real friend. All right. So before we get into the chapter, I would like to let you something know about a real friend. Okay. So now you see, in nowadays you will find there are so many friends. There are so many friends, but they just pretend that they are your friend, but actually they are not. Very rarely you will find that they are real. Okay, but in your absence, they might talk about you ill things. Okay, so but well, it depends on you that how you select your real friend. A real friend is one who always stand by you, no matter the whole world is against you. All right. So even your tough time, even when you going through a very tough time, he is there for you. Okay. Even wherever you go, if you have any problem, he will be there with you. All right. So nowadays, as I say again, as I said that it is very difficult to find real friends. So but sometimes we consider them as our family member. But even I have some friends. I made them since my childhood. I have 4 or 5 friends. They are genuine to me. Whenever or wherever I face any problem, they are for me. Okay. So this is the importance of a friend. But you have to choose. You have to choose your real friend wisely. Okay. So now let's start the chapter. Manoj was just 5 years old when he went to live with his grandparents in a village in Rajasthan. So now here in this chapter we see the main character of the chapter is what Manoj. What Manoj? The main character we see here what Manoj. So Manoj, when he was just 5 years old, he went to live with his grandparents. The grandparents means the parent of our parents. Of our parents are called what grandparents. So what happened? Manoj went to live with his grandparents when he was just 5 years old. Okay, he went to live with his grandparents in a village in Rajasthan. Okay, Rajasthan means what? In area wise, you see that the largest city is what? Rajasthan. So the Manoj went to live with his grandparents in village called what? In a village in Rajasthan. The houses was a small but beautiful one. Though they had a house, small house, but the house was very much beautiful. Okay, because they were happy, they were living the life happily, peacefully. All right. Now you see. A house is incomplete without grandparents, without parents. Okay, if you have grandparents, please look after them. Okay, whatever they need, you just help them. Okay, you take care of them. They are like a blessing. Okay, you can get to know about the past. Okay, you try to spend the time with them. Okay, so even I lost my grandfather and grandmother. Okay, I used to spend a lot of time with them. Whenever I used to get time, I used to be with them. Okay, now we can understand the importance. I can understand the importance of grandparents because they have already leave the world. They have left the world. Okay, so now we can understand. Now I can understand the importance of what grandparents. His grandmother used to make lovely dishes and snacks and was always busy. Always busy. Snack means what? A small amount of food eaten in between the meals. Here in the house, Manu's what grandmother used to make lovely dishes and what snacks. Okay, she always used to keep herself busy while making all those things. All right, his grandfather worked at a toy factory during the day. On the other side, we see that his grandfather used to work at a toy factory. What? Where? At a toy factory. Toy factory means what? A factory that produce what? Toys. Now you'll ask me what do you mean by toys? Toys what? Toys, an object for a child to play with. An object for a child to play with. So his grandfather used to work at a toy factory during the day. During the day, the whole day, he used to remain there in the toy factory. In the evenings, he would play with Manoj. When he got back after after working the whole day, when he used to get back from his workplace, he used to love. I'm talking about his grandfather. His grandfather used to love to play with his grandchild. All right, he taught many things. They had a lovely garden, a small garden with green grass and beautiful flowers all around. Manoj's father used to taught Manoj many things. Okay, as I said earlier, that we can learn so many things about history, about past. Okay, about the past. So they have been there in this world since so long. Why? They have seen a lot. They have experienced. Okay, they have seen so many things in this world. So to know more about this world, we can spend the time with our grandparents. The same thing Manu used to do. So now one more thing, you see, always, each and every day, they used to come out of the house and they used to play, okay, in the garden. Now the fact is what? Nowadays, today's problem is what? The children, you guys do not want to come out of the house. You always come out of the house and you do not want to play outdoor games. All right, so you always love to keep yourself busy while playing games in the mobile, which is not good. Even we have been fortunate in this regard. When I was a child, I used to play cricket in the ground. I used to run in the ground with my friends. Sometimes my parents did not allow me to go out, so secretly I used to go out of the house because we used to love. Nowadays, it is we do not see. Very rarely we see the children are playing in the evening. Now you'll find that they are playing games in the mobile, which is not good at all. Okay, so please leave it in the evening. You just come out, leave your phone here in your room, and just come out and start playing. Just start running. Okay, so to keep yourself fit, you need to run. You need to play at least half an hour. All right. So the same thing Manus used to do when he was a child. The same thing he used to do. They had a lovely garden with green grass and beautiful flowers all around. In the very beginning, we have seen that they had a small house, but a beautiful one. They were happily living their life. They were peacefully living their life. And now we have seen that they had a garden, small garden everywhere, different kinds of flowers, different kinds of plants, green grass. Okay, so you just imagine, you just visualize the situation. You just visualize the situation that how beautiful the garden was. All right. So they had even a garden. There he used to play. He used to roam with his grandparents in the evening. Nowadays, this is also another problem. Nowadays, it is very difficult to find a land to make what? To make a garden. To make a garden. Even you see, for instance, you see, in all locality, you see, okay, there is no space. Okay, no space, so congested. So people are not getting the opportunity to make a garden. But Manoj had his own garden. They also grew their own vegetables. Okay, they also cultivate their own vegetables. Here, vegetables means what? Vegetable means what? Potatoes, cabbage, cauliflower. All these are what simply called as what? Vegetables. Okay. Now they are very fortunate. They were very fortunate that they had their own land, and there they used to cultivate their own vegetables. Now look at us, look at you. We are purchasing the vegetables from the market, okay? But they used to cultivate their own vegetables in their own garden, in their own land. One day, when Manoj woke up in the morning, he saw his grandfather in the garden. As usual, one day Manoj got up and he found what? He found his grandfather was in the garden. Okay, he saw that his grandfather was there in the garden. He thought he must be doing something. He must be doing something. His grandfather must be doing something in the garden. He ran to him and asked him what he was doing. So as he could see, Manoj could see that his grandfather was there in the garden. So he thought just to know about the purpose, that why in the very early morning, why he is there in the garden. So just to know it, he went up to him, he ran to him and asked about that, why, my dear grandfather, why are you here? Okay, is there anything special today? So you have come here in the very early morning. The grandfather said, I am planting a banana tree. Now the grandfather replied that he is planting, he is seeding a banana tree, baby banana tree. He is planting a baby banana tree. There are so many trees. Why do you need one? Why do you want another one? Now Manoj replied that we have so many plants and trees in the garden, different kinds of flowers we have in the garden. But why do you feel necessity to plant one more tree in the garden? Okay, this is such type of things, such type of questions he kept on asking to his grandfather. Okay, then why do you want one more plant, even though we have different kinds of plants, different kinds of flowers in the garden? Then why do you need one more? Okay, so this is how he started asking the question to his grandfather. Manoj, banana trees grows very big and wide, and they even give a lot of shade to everyone. They take many years to go, said grandfather. So as Manoj started asking the question, so his grandfather had to answer. His grandfather had to answer. So he said what? He said that, look, my child, banana tree grows very big. It grows very big in size, bigger in size, and it will give us shade. It will give us shadow. Okay, and even though it will take long time as compared to the other trees. It will take long time to grow, but it will grow in bigger. As compared to the other trees, it will grow bigger and bigger. Okay. My grandfather replied. Every day, moving to the next paragraph, every day Manoj, along with his grandfather, took care of the banana tree, watered it, and even talked to it. So his grandfather planted the baby banana tree, and now it is what? The duty is what? To take care of the baby banana tree. Now the duty is to take care of the banana tree. So each and every day, Manoj and his father togetherly, they used to took care of the banana tree, and they used to water the tree togetherly, and sometimes he used to talk. Manoj used to talk with this tree, banana tree. Manoj would tell the banana tree about his school and friends. As he was looking after the banana tree, okay, so he felt like the banana tree is his friend. So whenever he used to get back of his school, and he used to share the things. Manoj used to share the things with his what? Share the things with this banana tree. It was almost like a friend to him. Okay. Soon he felt what? He felt the tree is his friend. His friend. Each day, Manoj used to study under the shade of the banana tree during the hot summer months. So each day, So gradually the tree started growing. Gradually, what happened? Gradually, as they were taking care of the tree, and slowly, gradually, the tree started growing. And then afterwards, what Manu used to do? Manu started during the summer season. During the hot summer months, he started what? He started studying under sitting under the studying sitting under the banyan tree. The time passed by. Soon Manoj had to go to town for higher studies. Afterwards, what happened? So, along with the banana tree, Manoj also growing. Okay, earlier he was a child. Now soon he was a man. Okay, okay. He had completed his basic studies up to 9 to 10, and for 11 and 12. So this is the thing we can understand it in the this line, that after completing his higher secondary, now he want to go. He want to for his further study. For his higher study, he wanted to go out. He had to leave that village where he used to stay since so long. Let's turn the page. In the next page, we see after a few years, he returned. He sat under the banana tree. After some years, after completing his higher studies, when he got back, he was one day he was just sitting under the banana tree, and thinking about something. Then he stood. Then he noticed that a squirrel had made its house in the small hole in the trunk. Okay, and the word trunk means what, log. So one thing, the first thing he noticed, what he saw, that a squirrel made his own house by making a small hole in the trunk. Made his small hole in the trunk. Now look at this. We need a house to live in, to protect ourselves from fire, from robbers, from rain, from hot. Okay. So similarly, birds and animals, they also need their own houses, their own houses. So you'll find so many birds are making their own nest, own house there in the banyan tree. So the first thing he noticed, what a squirrel made its house in the small hole in the trunk of the tree. A squirrel made his own house by making a hole in the trunk. There was a family of crows with their nest of the first branch. There were so many branches. As we can see, that we can understand that the tree is quite big now. So there are so many. You will find there are so many branches. There were so many branches in the banana tree. So in the first branch, another thing noticed, that there was also a family of crows. They made their own nest. Okay, now their nest means what? The house of a bird is simply called as, you have learned it, that the house of a bird simply called as what? Simply called as nest. So one more thing, what he has noticed, he found that a family of crows made their nest in the first branch of the banana tree. A group of parrots were happily talking with one another. Okay. On the other side, a group of parrots, they were having fun with each other. They were happily passing the time. Okay. So flying one tree to another tree. That is how they were playing. They were playing by flying one branch to the other branch. The sparrows chirped joyfully. Here the word chirp means jargoning. Okay, so on the other side you see another thing also, we can see the sparrows are making their sound. The way they're having fun with each other. Sparrows also, they were having fun with each other. Okay, on their own language. They were just gossiping. There were red fruits in the banana tree. Also, he noticed that now in different branches, he could see that there were so many red fruits in different branches. The tree had grown big, and its roots were now hanging quite low. As we have seen that, we can see that we can understand that the banana tree is quite bigger in size. That's why the roots of the tree are quite hanging low. The village children would come and would come to the tree, swing on the roots, and play. In the evening, in the evening, what the children used to do? The children used to come to the banana tree, and they used to play among themselves. Okay, they used to play different types of games under the banana tree. They laughed happily and enjoyed themselves. As I said, they used to play different games, and they used to make fun with one another. Sometimes people walking by would come and rest under the banana tree. So whenever people used to pass through the road, so whenever they used to feel tired, okay, they choose to come under the banana tree, and for a while they used to take rest. So this is how the things were going on. The things were going on. This is the new things he realized. So this is the new things. These are the new things happening because of this word. Because of banana tree. Because of what? Banana tree. There was a cool breeze, fresh air, and not smoke or dust around. As we have seen that in the garden there were different kinds of plants, there were different kinds of flowers. Okay, now we have seen the big what the banana tree, which is quite bigger, okay, inside. So there is no noise pollution, there is no pollution at all. Okay, the weather was very much cool in the garden. The weather was very much cool. There were no smoke or dust around the garden. Manus talked his grandfather for helping him plant trees which kept the environment pure. After realizing all those things, okay, so he did not forget to thank his grandfather for helping him to plant this banana tree. All right, he only wished they could do this everywhere and make people understand that one should plant more trees and not cut down them. Now after seeing all those changes, all these things, he realized the importance of the tree. So he had only one wish that people could, and he had only wish that he could do all these things. He could plant the trees in everywhere, and he could make people understand. He wished he could make people understand that the importance of planting the trees. That okay. So people should not cut down the trees. So one more thing, the why planting trees is so important for us. Do you know what? To survive in this world. Here I'm shouting. I'm taking a class. Why do you know? Because I'm getting sufficient oxygen. Without oxygen, I cannot. Forget about me. We cannot survive in this world. So from where do we get oxygen? We get oxygen from plants. So if there are no plants, then how do we survive in this world? So we should understand that. Okay, we should understand this as soon as was possible. So we need to plant trees more and more. Now, after reading this story, one thing we have understood that we should plant more and more trees in our garden, in our house. All right, because this is the most important thing. To survive in this world, we need plants. All right. So this is what this chapter is. Now, I want every one of you to read this chapter again and again. And afterwards, if you feel any kind of problem, any sort of problem, please you can call me at night between 6 p.m. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. So I'll be there for you. I shall definitely solve your problem. Till then, study well and take care of yourself. Thank you, everyone.